That and that. First present I'm going to mention here, they're from Patimus. I showed you the little parcel she'd sent me for Christmas. That's what was in that parcel, and they are just, that's Ren and Stimpy. How cool is that? And little music box. I like music boxes, they're cool. And Over the Rainbow. Do you know what? Wizard of Oz, innit? And they put it on. It was on Boxing Day, which is brilliant. I mean, normally they put it on Christmas Day, or they used to, and then they haven't for years and years. And they put it on this year on Boxing Day, and I was so pleased, and I sat and started watching it and fell asleep. Damn it. Yes. So this is going to be my what did I get for Christmas Saturday Speakie. In brackets, Aunt Nintendo a bunch of dicks. We'll get to that. So what did I get? I'm just going to show you a few things because I want to. I won't show you everything because some of it, while they're good and nice, are not necessarily interesting to my audience, if you like. First of all, as many of you will have known, Nintendo 3DS XL. Love it. That's all I can say about that. I absolutely love it. The 3D effect. Boot up, you silly thing. I like the 3D effect. It's a lot better than the Virtual Boy effect, which is like a panorama with layers of flat objects moving around in front of it. This, it seems to have a real depth. That it's not flat layers. It's like looking at real things. Does that make sense? I tend to have the adjuster thing set halfway. So yeah, Christmas Day I sat and played Mario Kart 7 because that's the other thing that I got to go with this on Christmas Day. And I wasn't I'll show you the other things I've got on it as well because I've got some games. Let me just can I see? Never mind, can you see? We have got on here Galaxy Force 2, Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Hang-On, and some indie games. Edge, oh god, what's that called? I can't remember what that's called or that's called. There's some indie games, and Zen Pinball. Yeah, those are courtesy of Paul Davies, who made a donation just before Christmas, and that's what I used that on. And they're great. I will do videos, certainly of the indie, well, maybe all of them, certainly some of them at some point. They're all very good. And see, Sonic, and in fact Galaxy Force 2 in 3D is mind-blowing. While Mario Kart 7 is epic, because Mario Kart is always epic, you just think, wow, that's nice, because it's nice. Galaxy Force 2 was a brilliant arcade game in its own right, as a sprite scaling thing and very in your face. In 3D it's just like, whoa, holy crap. Obviously I won't be able to show you the 3D effect, which is a shame. But I mean, it was recommended to me by more than one person, I think, and I thought, yeah, okay, we'll check that out, and I'm very glad I did, so thank you to everyone who recommended that to me. What else can I show you? Other things, yeah. Yes, it's a Doctor Who gun thing, but you you clamp an iPhone thingy into it, so it does it. I think it's like augmented reality. You see your surroundings and it projects things like Daleks and other monsters on it, and you shoot them because why not? Doctor Who is cool. I saw a lot of, there was lots of things going on online, people upset or confused or befuddled or whatever by thingy, what's his name, Capaldi, becoming the new Doctor and the way it happened and stuff. I don't know what the problem is. We watched it. We didn't watch it on Christmas Day. We recorded it because Christmas Day we had lots of people around. But we watched it last night, night before, can't remember. I don't know what all the fuss was about. I had no problem with that whatsoever. obviously they had to do some nonsense to get around the 12 regenerations aspect, and I mean Stephen Moffat is a bit of a... some of what he does is a bit annoying, but I think that was fine. Anyway, yeah. Also from Andrea, I thought, and in fact she thought, this was going to be the 70s cartoon series, you know, that Spider-Man does whatever a spider can thing from way back then with really dodgy animation, where they didn't even draw all the webs on his costume and stuff. It's not. This is from '94, which is actually so much better. Was it '94? Whatever, it's around that time. Yes, it's '94. Because this is a cartoon show of the comics that I was reading. I had bought a lot of the comics at the time. And this covers what was in those. And there was a later series than this, which to me just wasn't as good. It maybe had more advanced visuals in some ways, but it just wasn't right. Where this, bang on. 21 hours of Spider-Man. Awesome. From one of my stepdaughters, Rose. She sent me a text just before Christmas saying, "What do you want for Christmas? I'm going shopping now. Is there anything you'd like?" I said, "Oh, a Ferrari. Or surprise me." So, yeah. 360 Spider Ferrari model kit, which was also a surprise, so she got it bang on there, because I do like model kits. I think they're cool. So I have a Star Destroyer model kit sitting up in the loft that I must put together. And speaking of Star Wars related stuff, from Catherine, my other stepdaughter, oh god, I can't fit it in. It's Scale Extric. Star Wars Scale Extric. Is there anywhere where I can show you pictures? Well, I guess, does that, can you, I think it's upside down, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. No, maybe it wasn't. Whatever. Slot racing, isn't it? For those of you who don't know what Scale Extric is, it's micro Scale Extric, so it'll be smaller than the big cars, but instead of cars you've got an X-Wing fighter and a TIE fighter racing around on a track. I haven't set that up or had a go yet. That's going to be fun. I've got to find a room to do it. And from Stephen, my stepson, is this here big David Bowie book, which was from an exhibition he did somewhere. I think he did it locally. David Bowie is Inside, and it's a lot of David Bowie stuff, which is good because I really like David Bowie, and that's got some real weight to it. I've obviously not read it yet, but I've had a flick through, and that's going to be a very interesting read. So, all in all, yeah, present-wise, this Christmas I did really, really well. I had some brilliant presents. Family Christmases are fun, and yeah, it was a great day. Didn't get too drunk. Didn't get drunk at all, actually. I didn't drink an awful lot. Really nice day. I hope yours was as fun as mine. So, what was the Nintendo R-Dix bit all about? Let me show you a bit of video footage. I recorded this last night. I can't remember exactly what it says. I'm not looking at it now as I speak, but you will see this is what Nintendo were doing. On Christmas Day, I booted up my 3DS and I was able to like update it and stuff like that. But whenever I tried to, well, first of all, just making myself a Nintendo Network account, I couldn't do it for ages. And then when I finally did, I just couldn't get onto the store. I was getting error message after error message after error message. And then yesterday I was finally able to get on, yesterday morning. And then last night I tried to go on again and was presented with that message. How is restricting access in my region improving the user experience? I'm sorry, that's bullshit. I mean, Nintendo have always been crap at the internet integration on their systems. They've never got it at all. But you know, if Sony or Microsoft did what Nintendo have done here, there would be a massive, massive outcry. It is dumb. They've provided a piece of hardware where there is a lot of internet interactivity, and you want the store to get your games. Do they not want our money? Nintendo are in trouble. The 3DS is doing well, but the Wii U isn't. They need all the money they can get, and if they're doing stupid things like this, they're harming themselves. The smart thing to do is not limit access to the e-store in various regions. I guess they're doing it like on a rotating thing, like wherever it's night time for a few hours or whatever, they cut you off. That is stupid. If you've got a problem with bandwidth and capacity, you don't limit access, you create more, you build and put more servers in, you spend some money. Don't limit access. That's stupid, it's backward, it's not going to help. It's going to make things worse because people are going to think, God, Nintendo are shit, I ain't buying any more of their stuff. They need to get their act together. The hardware itself, fantastic. Many of you will know I am not a fan of Nintendo. I don't like a lot of what they do, a lot of what they make, a lot of their games. They're just not my thing. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying I don't like them. I like the Virtual Boy. I like the Game Boy Advance has been my favourite handheld for ages. Game Boy Advance SP. I kind of like the SNES, but there's not a lot on it that really does it for me. But mostly, you know, it's been the Virtual Boy and the GBA. Now, 3DS has taken the place of the Game Boy Advance as my favourite handheld. And who'd have thunk it? I look at the... I mean, I'm a PlayStation fan. I'm going to draw the line and not say fanboy, but I've been like into PlayStation since the first one. It has been my system of choice ever since Sega went down the pan. In fact, it was PS1 instead of Saturn for me. I was a Sega fan for as long as the Mega Drive was current hardware. And then I went Sony. But in terms of handhelds, Nintendo do it for me where Sony don't. Game Boy Advance for me, I have always played in preference to the PSP. Though interestingly, Game Boy Advance I played in preference to the DS as well, or DS Lite. But the 3DS does it for me in a way that the DS Lite or the PSP, and indeed the Vita. I've never played a Vita, and I probably never will. I've no intention of buying one because it just... Having played the PSP and knowing it didn't do it for me, the reasons the PSP didn't do it for me will be there in the Vita as well. Too big, games are too complex and have too much depth for something I want to play on the move. Does that make sense? The games are too big, and if I wanted to play a big game, I'd play it on a home console. But the 3DS gets it just right, and visually it's fantastic as well. It's got that, I mean, I'm sure it's not quite as high resolution or whatever, but it doesn't matter, it's sure as hell high enough. Kicks the arse off of what the DS Lite did, but that 3D effect is so... The level of immersion, it pulls you in. It's fantastic. Does it give me headaches? No more than any other handheld gives me headaches. The 3D effect causes me no problem at all. I've never been able to perceive objects coming out of the screen in 3D. Like if I'm at the movies, say one of those, what are they? IMAX? Whatever. I can't see the objects that come out. But I see the stuff that goes in, and it's the same with this thing. But it doesn't make me feel ill or give me a headache any more than using any handheld gives me a headache, and certainly not in the way that the Virtual Boy makes my head explode after about 20 minutes. So yeah, fantastic hardware, great games, and I'm loving the indie games on there. Some of them are fantastic. But they really need to get their act together when it comes to the online thing, because at the moment they are getting it badly wrong. Nevertheless, hope you all had a great Christmas. That's all I've got. It's a quick one, really. It was just a quick, here's what I got. Now I've got to go downstairs and stop that dumbass dog barking again, because he's just being a numpty. Thank you for watching.